Hey, you guys. All right, just getting ready to do some editing. Got out of work. It is, let's see what time it is. It's about 10 of 10 at night. I'm going to watch the debate, maybe a little Netflix. I got my rice cooker out here. And the reason why I have this is I'm actually going to make some ramen noodles in it. Let me get a flashlight here. Do I have one handy? Sorry for the quick camera movements. There we go. So in the rice cooker here I have some onions and collard greens. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to just saute those up a little bit and then make ramen noodles right in the same thing so that the onions and the collard greens all go with the ramen noodles. I've never done it in the rice cooker, but I don't see why I shouldn't boil the water and make the ramen noodles. The great thing is I'm running 100% on solar. So if I come back here, now that's running. Let me turn the light on here on my camera. And I come back to the charge controller. It's showing 12.2 volts, but that's because I'm running. If I shut that off, that'll come back up to about 12.4, 12.5. I'm okay with that. We'll see if it works. I didn't get a great charge today. As you can see, I got my YouTube channel up. My Knob Creek nightcap there. So we'll see how it goes. Like I said, I haven't used it yet. I'm running off of an inverter that I wired in, which will be coming up in another video. It's a 1500 watt to 3000 watt peak pure sine inverter. So it's kind of its maiden voyage. Its hardest test yet is going to be the rice cooker at night when there's no solar coming in. We'll give it a shot. I might wear my batteries down too far and then I'll have to stop or start my generator, which I really don't want to do at night, but we'll see. I'll let you guys know. Stay tuned, guys. I don't know. I'm watching the debate. Well, more like listening to it. But I think what's going on in this rice cooker is much more exciting. What I'm doing here is I got the little steamer basket. I got my collard greens and onions just sauteing in there, getting soft. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to put this steamer basket in. I'm going to add some shrimp right to the steamer basket. Some frozen shrimp. I like to keep some in the freezer for, well, as you guys know, for my Bloody Marys and stuff like that. But while that's sauteing up, we'll leave those right on top, close it up. And I do have it on high. I push the little thing all the way down. And above, to handle the steam, of course, the fantastic fan is running. Again, we're running off 100% solar at night with the new battery install. They weren't fully charged today. I was a little disappointed in that. But I got a lot of shade where I'm at, so I didn't expect it to be a whopping. They were 12.5, 12.4, which is still, 80%. So, or more actually. I got to actually look at the chart, but so I figured, hey, why not try and run this rice cooker? I think the rice cooker is 350 watts or 450 watts, and it's running off the 1500 watt inverter that I wired into one of the basement compartments. Again, right now, it's about 5 after 10 and pitch black outside, as you can see. I'll get back to the debate, and when I add the water and whatnot, I'll come back. All right, well, it hasn't been long. All right, it's only been 5 minutes. 10 after 10. Let's check it out. So we're starting to get some pink on the shrimp. One good thing about shrimp, they have built-in thermometers. When they're nice and pink, they're done. I'll take this tray out and let that good, juicy shrimp juice go right down and just set them right there. Amazing what the power of the sun can do, huh? That's cooking up nicely. Now we'll add our water. This is a soup after all, so. Now this is just ramen noodles, guys. Alright, here it is. There's a whole lot of sodium in it. But one tip about sodium is if you eat potatoes, baked potatoes and bananas, it helps you, in a lot of water obviously, you want to drink a lot of water. It helps your body regulate the amount of sodium in your body. And it does help counteract, it doesn't do it completely, helps counteract the amount of salt that you retain in your body and bloating and stuff like that. So if you're gonna eat ramen noodles, which I do, I don't eat them often, you know, probably more so in the winter than the summer, and not because I'm poverty stricken, it's just I like them. They're quick, they're easy. I know there's a lot of salt in them, but you know something, I also eat a lot of vegetables, a lot of fruit, and I don't eat a lot of junk food, processed food, so you know something, my blood pressure is good. And then tomorrow I'll have a couple bananas during the day, maybe a baked potato in a couple days, whatever. So that all helps regulate the amount of sodium that you have in your system. So it's really the only way to counteract, to some degree, the amount of salt from like ramen noodles and processed foods, things like that. Look it up, you'll see that potassium and salt go together and they actually need each other. If you don't have potassium, if you're not eating potassium, the salt is actually much worse than face value. All right, well, we'll let that come to a boil and we'll add in our soup and some of the seasoning and we'll go from there. Ramen noodles. I just flipped it off, not off, but into the low setting because I can tell that I'm vigorously boiling here. And you can see that the shrimp, I added a little bit too much water. And it overtaken the shrimp basket here. So we're going to take this out. Let that drain out a little bit. And I broke up my noodles and added them in. Now, here is the ultimate tip, guys. You don't, if you're a big eater like I am, I mean, let's face it, this guy up here eats like you wouldn't believe. You don't need to make multiple packets of ramen noodles. Add some vegetables. Add a little extra water. Add some vegetables. I added some oregano, a little seasoning. You know, cheap stuff from like, you know, Jabla or Adla or wherever. And then add something else to it that's kind of good. You know, we'll just dump those shrimp right in there now. Why not? Yeah, that was in the sink. Don't worry. My sink is clean too, you guys. I mean, other than the 1 beer can and 2 coffee mugs, for a 16-year-old sink, it's clean. Now we'll click this back onto full again. Again, all off of solar today. I'm adding the noodles. Probably took a little longer than originally planned, but you gotta remember I made shrimp. I sauteed the onions and the collard greens that were frozen. So, not bad. Close the lid again. I'll rinse that out now while it's warm so it doesn't get all dried on there and everything else. And next, it's bon appetit. Stay tuned. Ramen noodles. I should say deluxe ramen noodles. Some greenage. Some nice shrimp in there. Look at that. Oh, yeah. Oop, making a mess. Looking through the lens. Not looking at what I'm doing. Wicked boil. We're going to click that now onto low. Clean up a little bit here, where I dropped some of the collard greens. And we're going to ladle it into a bowl and have dinner. All right, guys. Well, let's actually unplug this completely. Okay. We'll shut off a couple of lights that I don't normally use. TV's still on. I always like to have some other lights on. They're LEDs. I'm not overly worried about it. I'm not going to stress out over power. We'll go to the panel here. And we're still looking good. Doesn't say completely charged or charging. It just batteries still say good. You see my propane is full. Fresh water's 3/4. Holding tanks are a third full, or not even a quarter full. TV, lights, lots of lights. So I know there's still stuff running off of the batteries, but I'm still curious as to what the total power cost was, which I probably should have just plugged in my my meter right into the wall here and calculated it. But you know, real life experiences is how you get to judge, you know, what you're doing and how much power you're using and stuff. And you got to try stuff like this. Now, I didn't use any propane, nothing, just my rice cooker. Oh yeah, very good. I'm on my second bowl, but I wanted to show you the charge controller, 12.3 volts. Now you gotta understand, I'm still drawing power, so it's probably 12.4. The Wi-Fi Ranger in the hotspot is drawing 0.3, 0.4. I do not have the WeBoost booster running because I don't need it, so to save power I don't run it. But with the laptop and everything else running, I'm still at 12.3, more than enough power for the night. And then tomorrow the solar will take care of the rest. If I do drive tomorrow, it will, obviously driving also takes care of a lot. So we're good to go. Soup is good, rice cooker works. I know that I can run that at night without a problem, even when I'm not fully charged going into the night. Cool. All right, guys, talk to you soon.